Today we are going to learn content and pedagogy of social science. So we are done with 2.1 textbooks, importance, characteristics and critical analysis. 2.2 that is about library resources, newspapers, books, encyclopedias, reference books, journals and magazines. What are their importance in teaching of social science? We are going to cover 2.3 that is community resources and e-learning resources. So coming to the today's topic, that is 2.3, community resources. Very important. What is community resources? So in this we are going to cover about human as a community resource, natural resources, physical resources, economical and historical, man-made resources and school-based resources. What are they? What do they mean? Their importance and their uses of all the above in teaching and learning process of social science. So, what do you know about community resources? What are community resources? How can we use them?
which is useful for the society as whole, any resource which is helpful for the society.
Okay, yes. Any other point which is helpful for the society, or are we taking a society or the community into our learning? Because we are talking about in teaching what are the resources we are using to convey the concept and the content of social science.
How we give knowledge to society about concepts, general concepts.
Okay, it is rather giving if we are taking help of it. Yes, obviously in return we are giving, but we are taking a help of community in learning social science.
Field trips to various places so they will get acquire knowledge about those things.
Yes, correct. That is correct. One of the community resource that is. So you know that each region, each state, each district, each village, each town, urban or rural area, they have their own richness in particular. Either it might be a culture, it might be a natural that is environment, it can be a different resources available over there. So it any personality might have achieved in something, so we make use of their skills and we inculcate that in our learning or conveying of the concept of social science. So let's discover and know about what community resources about. So community resource in teaching refers to the people, places, activities and the things within a community that can be used to enhance learning and create authentic learning experiences. So yes, obviously field trip is one of the example for community resources. So before we find out details about it, what are the importance of community resources? Why we have to use? Then after this, we are going to learn how we can use community resources in teaching social science. It provides help and encouragement to learners, learning activities. One example we can take over here. For example, we can take a help of our own parents if they are skilled in particular subject. It they might be in particular field. They might be as a chef or they might be running a business. We can call them as a resource person to our school and provide a seminar to us. Or we can have a cultural fest, we can have any events in the school where we can involve these community into. We can talk about the artists, we can invite them. So theatrical it might be. What we are doing over here is we are bringing a community to the school because school is a part of the society's community. We are taking a community help to ensure the learning more practicable. So, to effectively solve educational problems, that it shouldn't be a route, one way of learning. Enrich the classroom learning experiences. So, let them know, let them connect between the theory and the practical, what they are going to experience. Then, provide organized subject matter for learners to study. Develop the skills of identifying needed information that is lacking in the textbook, then stimulate thinking and interest of the student to explore more and more, then create awareness of current matters of national and international importance as well. So you might do have observed, or you might have seen in your schools, many resource persons are called, or we observe some of the important days. It might be a traffic rules and all. We bring a traffic police to school, or we take our children to the where they learn about how they manage everything. Then we take a students to the post office, or postman comes to our school. They organize a exhibition of stamps. So we are involving a community into our learning. Have you ever had such kind of in your school? If so, let me know that.
About fire extinguisher.
Yeah,
We had
exactly.
a
That is
demo in school how children can, they came, the resource person came from fire department, and they gave the demo how to use those extinguishers which are kept in school.
Oh, wow, that is great. So that is where you might have seen or observed the reaction of the students, how they felt about it when they are learning in the classroom regularly, when they learn like this from the resource persons or community people. So how do they feel about the joy of learning you might have seen in students?
They, they won't forget they for their lifetime, might
Yeah,
be.
exactly,
That
madam. Very
demo,
true.
they called one student from class, and they showed how to switch off fire, how to act in some
Okay.
emergency cases, how they can react to that situation, how to take the lead.
The involvement of its students, they never ever forget that. That is what we have to involve them, let them do and learn. That is lifelong learning. This is what community resources are going to help us in learning any subject matter in that case. What are the different types of community resources available and we can make use of? So let's have a look at once in a while we can definitely arrange or organize and call the resource persons from the community, or else we can take our children out of school. The form of education is extensive. A child gets education in a formal and informal ways, and other social and manipulative situations and circumstances. A child is introduced to the educational atmosphere by the medium of community experiences. So we come across different community resources like people. So people, how people can be a community resource. So like teachers, including a postal worker, that is postman, and firefighters, as ma'am said, then florist, doctor, priest, mechanics, police officers, dentists. So regularly we talk in our school and in our class. But when somebody or resource person come and they express, they demonstrate, they speak to the students, so that impact is going to be somewhat different. So they are people. Then when we talk about the places as a community resources, so we have places of worship, shops, bakery, flower shops, grocery stores, post office, gym, playgrounds, railway stations. We have museums, library, cinema halls. Sometimes you might have taken students to watch some educational movies. We have a theater, we have a restaurants to take and teach them the manners of how to dine. Then coming to the services. So we talked about people as a community, places as a community, resources, then services. How can be a service community resource? So we have a physical and mental health services, youth services, then we have a religious services, financial services, entertainment services. So many more to list. The list is endless. As and how we explore our community, we'll come across lot more resources like that. So, example, geographical resources. When we talk about rivers in the local areas or nearby. We talk about the seas if they are reachable, lakes, dams, waterfalls, hills, mountains. We talk about the soil, rock. We talk about then when it comes of teaching history. So we talk about the palaces. We talk about the forts, monuments, worship places, inscriptions. So we talk about the coins, caves, museums available in the local. I know that all may not be available everywhere, but whichever is available, we can make use of. Then, when we talk about economics, we have banks, we can visit banks, we have a commercial centers, market, we have factories, we have, so we can visit post office, agriculture field, we can take the students to have a hands-on experience. Then when we talk about scientific resources, we have a televisions, a radio, computers, research laboratories are there. Then, when we talk about government building as a community resource, we have a Gram Panchayat, so we have a municipalities, we have a town hall, Jilla Panchayat, fire station, Vidhana Sauda we can take our children there for the session to attend. Lot more example can be given and we can make use of as many as possible. In particular, 1 year one resource and next year another resources, our children get a benefit out of it. So question comes, how can we make use of these community resources? So we can make use of these community resources by taking them outside or bringing the community to the school. Taking them outside, we call it a field trip or excursion. Then celebration of festivals in the schools, carnivals and all you might have done. You might have invited the parents also. Parent teacher associations we have, panchayat municipalities visit we have, visit to the post office, take the students to the market, or else you ask the parent to take them to the market, let them do the marketing, let them buy the things, then let them learn how to manage the money. Take them to the bank and let them learn what is the procedures they follow when accounts are open and how to write the check, how to withdraw the money, how to deposit. Then we can invite the guest speakers to the school. Then we can have a community service projects given to the students to explore the community and come back. So advantages of community resources in teaching of social science, when we talk about access to real life experience, so they'll get to know what they are learning in economics or how money works. If we take them to bank, so if you are teaching 10th standard, they have money and credit, so they should know what is check, what is deposit, so how banks function. Then meaningful interactions between the pupil and their ward, so they capture pupils interest in learning, so they help to acquire knowledge and understanding of basic concepts learned in the classroom. Then enhance engagement, so these communities resources help to bridge the gap between the school learning and the community when they go beyond the school. So they are going to be lead the confident life. So this is what the main benefit of the community resources. So coming to some of the community resources they have specified over here. So we have human resource, natural resource. So I told about human resource, who all can be in a human resource. The people, including teachers, police, postman, dentist, doctors, priest, mechanics, firefighter, even the cycle repairing can be taught to our students in the school. And coming to the natural resources, so we have natural resources like we have a rock. Have you ever heard there is a rock museum in Bangalore? Have you ever taken your students over there?
No, ma'am.
Once we had taken our students, amazing experience they had. Nothing it is coming to the classroom learning, it's nothing. The type of rocks, how do they find out the minerals in the rock, so well they explained. Then type of soils we come across, so today itself, we had one experiment in our class. So I had asked the students to collect the soil available in their area wherever they reside, not just from the pot, even from the outside home or in the garden, in the ground. So they collected, and I told them to pour water, and they mixed it well, and they kept it to rest. After that, I told them to observe, so they observe the different layers of the soil. After observing, they have to measure taking a scale, what is the centimeter of each layer. So then convert to percentage. Then they have to find out the soil texture. So how that soil texture can help them to suggest what kind of crops can be grown, what kind of the quality of that soil they have. This is just the one example I'm giving. Like this, we can have a number of. We can ask them to do the soil profile as well. So what we did today's experiment all about was a soil texture. So whatever available, they need not go away somewhere far away and bring the materials. In their own place where they're residing, we can make use of. So you can see they never ever forget these kind of activities they do. So they enrich the learning, they bring a interdisciplinary integration. They not only connect to that particular topic and the subject, even they connect that with the many other subjects as well. So when we are learning of geography, they do connect with the physics, they do connect with the chemistry as well, chemical composition. So we are integrating not only one subject, other subjects as well. Then fostering a sense of responsibility. So they do learn how to handle the things. So how to observe their perspective changes. You just tell them to observe, get up early morning and just observe around the sound of the birds. They will come out with, at least one day they will wake up. Yeah, ma'am has told, let me do it. So experiential learning, that's what we talk about, using all these naturally available resources around us. Then we have a physical resources. So physical resources can be man-made as well as natural. So as you can see, museum is one example for man-made physical community resources. So physical community resource encompass tangible objects and environments within a community that can be utilized for teaching and learning purposes. Example, libraries, we have museums, we have parks, and the local businesses we have. So they provide real world context. You might have taken the students to industrial visits. So they encourage critical thinking skills. So enhance our learning beyond textbook. So they will have a real world connection with what they are learning in the classroom, and they develop their skills, community involvement in our learning. So economical resources, so use of financial, human, and material resources within the community to support education and learning. For example, as I told, taking them to banks, market, so local artists, shopkeepers, many more example can be given over here. This enrich the learning environment, promoting social and economic understanding, developing practical skills, building community connections. Then coming to the next, we have historical. So can you give me example for historical resource, community resources?
Ma'am, Ellora, Ajanta Ellora
Yes,
caves.
correct. Yeah, very good example.
Museum, some of the museums where we have old
Yes,
palace,
exactly. Correct.
palace, Mysore Palace, visit to Mysore Palace.
Yes, true. That is correct. So we have anything within the community that can be utilized to illustrate historical concepts. It can be a people, it can be a buildings, it can be a places. So they foster understanding of values or provide opportunities for students to apply their knowledge. So you might have taken the students to palaces. Yes, we do have taken museums. So folk culture, we can call the local artists to perform, use their instruments. Then folk tales. So Yakshagana and all such kind of folk art you might have involved in your cultural events. Then historical sites. So there are many like a Hampi we can take the students to. Mysore we can take students to. So lot more places. We need not go so far. Whatever nearby around, we have to explore what is there to learn something about history, something about geography. So as we are talking about here history, so we do have a museum, palaces, we do have a monuments around. So what are the importance? They enrich the learning, they develop skills, fostering civic engagement, building relationship. So you know that when it comes of history, they won't pay much interest. Many students when they come to higher classes. But when we involve them like this, taking them to the palaces, or we can have a virtual tour as well. I'll come to that topic in e-learning resources. So as of now, we have these many resources to teach history. Then man-made resources. What are man-made resources? Again, man-made resources we have about museums, schools, libraries, parks, hospitals, government agencies, and we have internet to refer. We have a computers. All they are man-made. So, man-made resources as a type of community resources are objects, places, or institutions that are not naturally occurring but are created or transformed by human activity. What are the importance? Again, enrich the learning, motivation and engagement, real world application, then community involvement. So you can see what are the importance and uses. So almost they are of same headings are there just to connect to the topic. Take example and then coming to a school based community resources. Everything that we use, including a lab, teacher, so various people, places, and organization within the school community that can be used to enhance learning. So teachers, we have labs, we have artists, art teacher, we have music teacher, we have dance teacher, we have drama, so many more. You might have collaborated your social science with the music teacher or art teacher and dance teacher. Are there any instances you have collaborated with? For example, in seventh grade.
Celebrate
Yeah,
celebrate Independence Day. We asked dance teacher
exactly.
to some
Yes,
patriotic song, music teacher to teach some patriotic song,
yes,
dance related to some events.
yes. Thank you for that. Actually, I request particularly the music teacher and dance teacher to, when I teach nationalism in India, to teach them a patriotic songs and to teach them a folk dance that encourages or that brings that integrity and patriotism in the students. And when it comes of art, I request the art teacher in that particular month, when I was teaching grade 7, there is a architecture of temples, beautifully designed they have made. So this is what we talk about integrated using the class school resources. So they enrich the learning, motivate the learners. Then we have a real world application, then community involvement in our subject as well. If no doubt, we'll move on to 2.4 e-learning resources. What I am using at present is itself a e-learning, isn't it? So e-learning resource, we have internet, web-based tools, blogs, animations, and multimedia. So digital materials and tools used in online education to facilitate learning is what is called e-learning resource. We have a digital print, we have a digital audio, digital video, multimedia presentations. What I am doing is a multimedia presentation and interactive softwares we have, then web pages we have. You might have used during online class too, it was common if you were a teacher at that time. We have expanded our use of e-learning. So can you name any of the e-learning resources you are using in your teaching?
E-books, online classes which we take when now it is holidays.
Okay.
10th children they cannot come to school, so we are taking some online classes for them
Oh, is
so
it?
that they are in track for 2 months. They are not out of the syllabus.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, good one. Oh, it is helping us to connect, not necessarily be physically present face to face. So we are keeping updated and we are in touch with our students wherever they are. So that is the power of e-learning resource. So digital materials and tools that we use in learning are what e-learning we call. So some of the digital print we talk about includes e-books, articles, PDFs, and other digital documents. Then, when we talk about digital audio, so we talk about podcasts, audio lectures, and other audio content. We have audio books as well, so they can refer, just listen to all the time they move around. Then we have a digital videos, video lectures. We can post them as I have posted yesterday and today. Then tutorials, we have online tutorials. Then the documentaries we have. So YouTube is the best one to refer for the various videos in our learning. Then we have a interactive softwares which stimulate learning, just like games we have. Then we have a quizzes. We have a multimedia presentation slides we have, that is PowerPoint presentation. Then we have other multimedias as various sources. We have blogs. Then we have online tutorials, web pages. So what are the benefit of e-learning? How are they better from other resources? They are flexible, so learners can access materials anytime, anywhere. Then accessibility. E-learning materials can be accessed by a wider audience regardless of location or ability. What required is the connectivity. Then engagement. So interactive and multimedia resources can make a learning more engaging and enjoyable. Then cost effectiveness. E-learning can be a more affordable option than traditional classroom instruction. Then self-paced learning, so they can learn on in their own space, because each learner has a different speed of learning. So learners can progress at their own speed and learn at their own space. Then personalized learning, so what make them better, which helps them in a better way. E-learning can be tailored to individual learning needs. And then example for e-learning, we can take LMS. What is LMS? It's a learning management system. So your school might have a particular LMS. So where we had a Google Classroom earlier, we had platforms like Moodle, Blackboard, Canvas. Then authoring tools like Articulate, Storyline, and Adobe Captive enable the creation of interactive e-learning content. Video conferencing tools. Which is the video conferencing tool we are using now at present?
Zoom meeting.
Now we are using Google Meet. So we do have a Zoom, we do have a Microsoft Teams. So as we are using Google Meet is one among the video conferencing tools. Facilitate live virtual classroom where we can connect face to face. What benefits we have is a lot more. Enhanced engagement, increased accessibility, innovative teaching strategies we can use, improved resource management we can adopt, real world examples we can do, and we can take them a virtual tour and trips, and we can keep up to date information. So what is internet? Coming to the first e-learning resources, the internet comes to mind. Because of internet we are able to connect now. So internet is nothing but is a network of computers which offers access to people and information. It connects the computers and PCs, which may be located in any part of the globe, thereby allowing the users to receive any and send data to any computer which has internet connections, no matter where it is located. So how internet can be used in learning social science? To access to, it is a storehouse of information. So whatever we want to discuss something, we first thing we do is we use the internet. Handy it is. So quickest and fastest means of getting information. Have you ever taken your students virtual tour using internet? I have taken my students virtual tour to France, Germany, then access to digital library. Are you aware that there is a digital library available, and lot more books are available we can access to?
Yes, ma'am.
So make use of them. So learning anywhere and anytime. That's the power of internet. Then web-based tools. So what are web-based tools? Website is a collection of web pages maintained by an institution or a company or individual. Your school might be having a website. As a individuals, many people have their own website. So web page is a document on the web which may include text, images, sound, and videos. So, what comes to mind when we talk about web based tools?
www.
Yeah, that means World Wide Web. It is a hypertext based internet service used by browsing internet sources. So, what are the uses of website in learning? So, access information, virtual tour we can have, online learning. As ma'am said, they are connecting with the students even during holidays. Access to research papers, assigning quiz, and they help to enhance their skills. Then coming to the blogs. Have you heard about the blogs? What are they? Have you ever given to the students this work of creating their own blogs? A blog or a web blog is an online journal or an information website that's regularly updated with a post on a specific topic. We have our education related. So there are many people who are updating regularly the findings and their research papers and their activities they conduct in their schools. So how they make the interactive learning or experiential learning. So these blogs are very helpful for us. Example for blogs are WordPress, edblog.com, kidblog.com. So we can explore these to find out about educational blogs. So to publish assignments, blogs are used to keep students and parents up to date. We can update our class happening or regularly what we are doing in the school. To improve writing skills, we can give a students to maintain their own blogs. Students can publish their own blogs, then providing a supplementary learning materials, fostering student engagement and interaction. Then we have research, like we have a survey in our learning. So we can ask them their findings, they can publish in the form of blogs. So you see, they really enjoy this kind of something different. So coming to multimedia, what is multimedia?
Using some pictures and sound in the presentation.
Yes, correct. So multimedia can significantly enhance social science education by making abstract concepts more concrete, stimulating students' interest, and providing engaging learning experiences. So, multimedia are the resources that include a mixture of content, including video, audio, visual, text, interactive exercises, and quiz. So, example, we have a slideshows where we can make a interactive slideshows. We have a animated videos, we have a documentaries, we have a educational movies, games, online tutoring. So, what are the benefits of these multimedia? Making abstract concept concrete, engaging students, enhancing understanding. So these multimedia capture the attention of the students. Moments looking here and there, they won't focus on. So how we can capture for a longer run, these multimedias are going to help us. Enhancing understanding, then they provide a real world connections, then facilitating collaboration, empowering student production. So there are various examples we can take in terms of videos. We have a documentary films, news reports, and video clips. When we talk about maps, have you ever used Google Earth entire? You can reach out to any place, it gives all the details over there. So Google Earth is also available. Then images are there, historical photos, maps, and the visuals. Online tools like platforms like Story Map, Google Earth, as I told. Ed Puzzle is there. Ed Puzzle is very helpful where you can edit a video, any YouTube videos. You can, embed questions in between. You can ask the students to watch your videos and answer those questions. And even you can get to know who all have done that work. And even they get to know the result of their answer after observing the video. Because just blankly, if you say observe, they won't. So if you make that interactive, so Edpuzzle is a good option. Then podcasts are there and audio contents are there to refer. But obviously, there are challenges in using multimedias. Can you just quickly tell me what are the challenges in using multimedias? Yes, internet connection. Yes, correct. Because everybody is not accessible to it.
Student may use it for wrong things also, because we get many things.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that is what is the major concern of the parent now. We give something useful, but they sit in because they get diverted because many things will be popping up and they will immediately switch on to that, then forget what they are learning. It is very important then to guide them properly. Then somebody should be there to monitor them. Then there are a lot of copyright issues when we are using the resources. So teacher training also required. All teachers, even they are not tech savvy. So other challenges too we will come across. But apart from this, if we can definitely overcome, and we can make use of multimedia wisely wherever possible and make our learning joyful. So that's for the day. And thank you so much